Hello and welcome back to the final part, to the end of the carrot for CTR.
So, you're back, and you've gathered all my time relics.
Yep.
I'm impressed. Well, it's about time I taught you a real lesson in speed. This race is for keeps.
Yeah, that's the dialogue for the second time that you're supposed to race him. But if you recall, I didn't actually race him the first time.
You never actually raced him yet, so this is the Oxide race. He already has humbly accepted that you are a skilled driver.
We are 98% through the game.
We might have beaten him in a past life if he wasn't too busy drinking and he forgot. Fool.
Alright, Oxide, let's go.
See, he crashed his fucking spaceship. He didn't see where he was going. I will hold that Oxide is a drunk. He is a scoundrel, and he must be destroyed.
Right. What you guys need to know about the Oxide race. Starters, he's a cheating fucking whore.
He got a cheap start.
Not only does he get a cheap start, but he has power-ups that you have never seen before and cannot get yourself. He throws automatically explosive TNT at you. He throws double potions at you. They can be both green and or red.
Jesus.
He throws infinite. He lays infinite numbers of nitro. He's got infinite bombs. No, seriously, the fucker has an infinite amount of every power-up in the game except the basic defensive shield. And boost and missiles and turbo and I already said turbo and the Aku slash Uku mess. What you need to do is get yourself a triple missile set. Wait until he's at the bomb phase. Peg him with 1 or 2 missiles. Then the race is pretty much over, because once you're actually ahead of him and you've actually got a decent path laid out, he's still faster than you are, but he ends up having problems with the race once he's actually behind you.
Once he's behind you, he can't hit you anymore.
No, he can.
That's
he still gets access.
thing.
He still gets access to bombs after all.
Oh, right, he can hit you from me. But well, and I guess that's the good thing why he can only fire one type of weapon at a time. I know it's like if he's firing TNT, if he fires a TNT, he's in the middle of firing a lot of TNTs and so on. It makes it. That's probably the greatest saving grace of this fight, because can you imagine racing this guy when he's just randomly pulling weapons out?
Well, we managed to pass him at the end of the first lap, so this race is effectively over. All we have to do now is use our defensive power-ups skillfully, and we'll actually come finish the race a whole 3.5 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't really lay down you got him there.
Yep. Your traps, your defensive power-ups are significantly better than his, because you can actually put them in spots where they fucking matter. Whereas he attempts to do that and just fucking fails.
Because by the time you get back, this course is so long, but that by the time you get back around to find the trap that he laid down, the game already got rid of it because it was on the field for too long.
No, that's not how the traps in this game work. You see, in theory, the traps should not be going away, but there's an object limit in the game. It's something that you never actually have to worry about, but it saves your ass during this fight. But yes, there is an object limit. There can only
because
be,
Oxide.
There can only be a set number of objects on the board at any one time.
That is really funny. So the final boss actually thwarts himself because he's throwing too many items out.
Yep.
That is really funny. It's almost like it's borderline like Grecian, like the what do you call it? The antagonist is getting caught up in his own character flaw, and that's why he must die.
I believe it's technically just the Greco tragedy, but probably not.
The Greco tragedy. No, the tragic flaw is that's Greek tragedy.
And booyah! I've
Oxide.
successfully defeated Oxide for 100% of the game, and now it's time for the credit sequence.
You are narcissist. You are conqueror. You are conqueror, tyrant. You are jerk, fool,
I
and
kept the load
doohickey.
times in because I didn't want to edit this part anymore. Also, it ends up being about 15 minutes either way.
And now we can finally see that Oxide actually had 4 legs
Yep.
this whole time. Didn't see it? You couldn't see it, could you? Because he was always sitting down.
Ending sequence.
Yes. Continue to hop and angle while we expel you back to the stars where you came from. Be gone with you, booger man.
You beat me once again. Now
No, he
I have
didn't.
to go back to the planet Gasmoxia, a complete loser. I must be getting slow in my old age. That's it. I'm finished racing in these mushy backward worlds. Keep your miserable planet. I'm out of here for good.
And then he comes back in Nitro Kart, where it is a significantly worse game.
Oh no, Oxide can't just leave it like that. It's gonna hit him eventually that he's got to do something about it, otherwise he might go insane.
And now,
Even more.
epilogue for every single character with acid confetti.
Doing what he does best. That's
Dancing
right.
and napping.
What, at the same time?
No.
Well, he's dancing right now.
Cortex rules the world, yo. Honestly, I really like the humor in these segments,
Tiny
but trying to
happy.
watch Tiny's dance
Tiny
hurts the
happy.
eyes. I actually, again, I really do like the humor in these segments. As a whole, CTR is honestly a great goddamn kart racer. It's significantly more fun with friends and family around, but that's pretty much every video game, specifically racing video games. However, I find the single player content, at least for the story mode, to be mostly worthwhile. But as I did show off, the repeats get very fucking tedious.
The repeats are that was the worst part of the game, is that they made us repeat the levels for 100% completion.
Again, if you just go for getting the trophies and taking down Oxide, the game's like 2-3 hours, and it's a decently fun ride. But you know, I wanted to show everything off because I'm
So
an
the way I
idiot.
look at it is, a 3-hour game has you finish the game so quickly that by the time you go to New Game Plus, the beginning of the game is already too familiar to you. A 6-hour game has you spend the last 3 hours basically forgetting the first 3 hours. So it's all fresh when you come back. I think this game would have been better if it had more tracks, so that way you would have spent that much more time forgetting the early tracks.
Pinstripes an asshole.
Hey, hey, Papu, Papu, Papu would be good at karaoke. He does ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga.
So Ripperoo actually has some of the most educated and illustrious careers of any of the Crash characters.
He was a professor.
And then he turned into a senator.
He's a senator.
Yeah.
Laundering stolen cubic zirconium for the Couch Slouch Shopping Network. You can tell this game was made by Americans. They're using American colloquialisms like Ohio.
A broken alien. Poor Oxide.
Gasmoxia. We fucked this guy up. He had to go to therapy. Amy!
Oh yeah, yeah, and each of the trophy girls actually have names and stories.
I'm sick of giving out trophies. I want a few of my own. A Baywaters?
Yep.
Oh, how terribly outdated. For Banda Boy magazine? Are you serious?
Yep.
Megumi?
And so CTR comes to an end. But why is there still another 5 minutes
Bookended.
left? I know why.
We've been bookended.
The scrapbook.
Yay! Look at all this concept artwork.
Concept art.
This was Crash 1, and that is Neocortex. He is gonna get shot and slapped in the face, or paid on a beach, and then he's got a million television screens.
I actually prefer Crash Bandicoot 2 over both Warped and Crash Bandicoot 1. I prefer it over Warped because I'm horribly tied to the nostalgia of Crash Bandicoot 2. Warped is actually the better game. It is, but I prefer playing through 2.
Well, while I avoid the landmine of comparing 2 to 1, let me just... I'm wondering why they included all of this stuff at the end of Crash Team Racing.
Very specifically because they wanted to actually have something more than just the character endings for 100%. The scrapbook is honestly a pretty good reward for 100%, especially since arcade mode doesn't give you character endings. It really should have, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Real life Crash. He goes first. Yeah, I do miss this game quite a bit. I miss playing through the challenges, getting the CTR letters in each of the courses. The mini games were a lot of fun in this, and then also getting trounced all the villains in the game, and listening to that poorly timed "Trophy's mine!" Boom.
I do stress that if you are going to go for 100% in CTR, don't do it in one sitting. You can do it in one sitting, but don't do it in one sitting. See how long it took Gerdad to do it? And he had to edit out the loading screens. Well, I didn't do this in one sitting, actually. I did this over 3 sittings, was it? Yeah, I did. I did most of... I did like Worlds 1 and 2 in the first sitting. Then I did Worlds 3 and 4 in the next sitting. Then I did the Relic Races and Oxide in the last sitting. So yes, take your time. Make Entropy angry. Receive bombs as friends. Dance with trophy girls. Photo op. Nice car. And then Coco paints in pink.
Upside down Coke. What the fuck?
And now Crash in Japan.
Oh god.
Yes, in Japan, Crash's design is significantly different, but he has a much bigger following. He has like 14 different freaking commercials in Japan, seriously.
Eat the fucking pizza!
During the Crash 1 playthrough, Lewis decided to edit in a bunch of the Crash commercials to show off just how popular Crash was in Japan. And seriously, he was very popular.
Oh, I bet. He looks like he could be Japan's Mickey Mouse.
He could be, but he's a bit too blue for that.
Ah, look, real life people doing actual total not fun video game stuff.
No, little children are the least fun part of video games.
That's right. We're gonna make Crash a household name. Yeah, so you get to take pictures with him, smile, and wave to the camera, and then do more computer work. They had to go...
Hey, go-karting!
They had to visit an actual go-kart track in order to learn how go-karts worked. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. But yes, Gerdad and I both adore this game very much. We are both very much nostalgic for Crash Team Racing, and we really... And thank you all for joining us on this very brief reminiscence through time.
I still think it is the second best kart racer that we've ever had. staff signs. And this has been Rocket Rabbit Commentaries commentary over Crash Team Racing. Be safe, people.